Okay. How do I break myself out of this? I'm 19 and I develop habits like pornography, giving into sugar cravings, no sleep cycle, self-isolated, no career, no sense of identity. I'm aware of all of these habits, but I don't know how to break out of them. How can I build myself up from the first brick? I'm self-sabotaging myself through the whole day, knowing what could potentially help, but always fall back.
So easy for this guy, dude. I'm telling you, bro, even if you got your shit together, the problem wouldn't go away because you just admit you're a part of not one community, and I'm a part of 7. Eden's a part of 3. Do you know healthy people are a part of multiple communities? You don't even have one. You don't have a, which is usually the career one. Like you don't have any human interaction.
But to be fair, how difficult would it be if you have no sense of identity? Every interaction you have with everybody that you speak to is a reaction. There's no sense of control in that. There's a deep psychological
you play soccer. You play soccer for your third.
Yeah, but my advice then would be build up your identity first. I understand your values, like I talked about. I feel like people aren't taking that as seriously as they should be. If you can filter your life experiences through the values, the things that are important to you, you have ultimate control over your life. You will never react emotionally again. How can you react emotionally when?
I disagree. When you were doing school,
here we go. You go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah,
let's hear it.
When you were doing school, work, and all that, I would do.
You have me on here for, huh? What am I here for?
I would do work, and then I would go home, and I was fucked up like this guy.
Say again. I stopped paying attention.
Yeah, every time I was in work, I would just go home, and I would be just like this guy. When you were doing school, work, see friends, and you joined a league, you always had 4 communities. I had 1. This guy has 0.
But I had an idea of what my identity was. I knew I was athletic. I knew I was sporty. I knew I wanted to be playing soccer. And then
why do you go 4 times a week? Why do you go there 4 times a week?
Yeah, but because it's part of my identity. It's a reflection of my identity. I'm saying all he has to do is not all he has to do. There's a lot maybe that he has to do. My guess is that there's some trauma there. There's some expectation that the future is so dangerous and so unpredictable and so scary that I need to have the relief of porn. I need to have the sugar cravings fixed or whatever sugar cravings fulfilled in that moment because there's an expectation that the future won't give him any sense of peace and security. There's a lot there to analyze.
But I'll tell you this, even if he got a high-paying job from his computer, nothing would change for this guy. It didn't change for me when I became a Twitch guy.
Why not?
There's no community. It was just me on a computer.
Yes, I agree. But you have to have an identity. You have to know what's important to you.
You cannot have an identity.
You
cannot have an identity. There's no such thing as an individual. You're born in a collective. You're born
Zorka, do you think it's possible to fumble your way to good mental health and to a good place in your life? Can you accidentally fall on it?
Absolutely. In fact, I was playing soccer 4 times a week. He would be healing 20-30% faster.
Yeah, but that's somebody who knows that that's something that's important to them.
I think what I'm saying. One big booty with the
cause and effect, Zerka. How do you get to Kabalian talks about this cause and effect? How do you get to soccer before you have a sense that you care about athleticism and sport like that?
It's not for athleticism. You play with some guys who aren't even athletic.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it serves some other purpose.
The purpose is he can't be in the flesh watching that stuff if he's on the field.
I do. Okay, listen, I agree with you in some ways. I think get out there because maybe these conversations with other people will help you understand who you are, or more importantly, who you're not. So I do think maybe that's a good way to bypass that. But the focus is identity, personal identity, identity.
You're saying, yeah, the advice I'm giving is just join a cooking class. But if Zerka joins a cooking class, nothing changes. I'll still be frustrated. It's not my calling. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. I'm telling you, when I became a therapist, and it was my life ambition to become a therapist, to study psychology, and I was working in a government job, I was so miserable. And the reason for that is because I wasn't able to reflect my values. Not only could I not reflect my own values, I had to compromise my values. It's one thing to not be able to actively fulfill them. It's another thing to fully compromise them. So I got out of there, and the clinic took a long time.
I just
now we're among the highest rated in the province.
How many times did you say
the country?
How many times did you say to me, come to football? I never came with you. If I came with you, it wouldn't change shit. You're right. I would be.
You tried. You were a bench warmer. Remember? You did not care.
No, I'm saying as an adult though. Like I wouldn't come to soccer because.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even ask you to. I wouldn't ask you to. I don't ask you to come out to the barbecues. I know you don't care about that.
Yeah, I don't care about that, but that's why I'm like this guy. I'm unhealthy. I should go to a fucking barbecue with the boys. You know.
You should come out every once in a while.
Fuck that, Miami. Bro.
That's a tough one, man. Like I think there's a lot more there. I don't think those things exist in a vacuum. I think my guess is that there's some trauma or something that's stunting his ability to progress further.
Well, how do you unpack that? This guy's got to get therapy for real.
Yeah, well, I think if you, real therapy. I think you have to go back
one-on-one. You need a one-on-one, bro.
Yeah. If he's in Canada, he might have insurance coverage. What was I going to say? What I was going to say is, wait, just very quickly, Zerka. What happens in trauma is that there's a lot of questions that become unanswered, that are left unanswered, I should say. And so you go on your entire life, you're trying to answer these questions, you develop a sort of a morbid curiosity around the nature of the trauma, whatever it was. And they never go answered. And so part of the process of trauma therapy is that you go back and you answer those questions.
So psychic baggage,
realistically.
Unpack the luggage, psychic baggage. But I've never seen one of these questions. From all the questions I've read, that guy should see a counselor one-on-one, 100%. Because, bro, being at 0 communities that sounds like PlayStation hell, where you just play PlayStation all day. Is that better?